Last night she was like, hey, she was like, damn, you swapped out the toilet and you mowed the lawn and you did the dishes and you did the laundry. She's like, chore play.
I did say chore play. We did have sex.
Take the lead, yeah, we taking charge. Mama, dad, the matriarch and patriarch. That's gonna have to do us part. Damn, my family got my heart, 100 exclamation marks. You know I'ma raise the bar. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Raise the Bar podcast. My name is Brett Green. This is my lovely wife rocking the fuchsia fit once again, Marlene color. Green. We have a special episode today. Yeah. I think it's special. We have a guest. She's going to be behind camera because she's a minor and she probably doesn't want to be on, but our niece, Brooke, is in the house behind camera. She is mic'd up. Say what's up.
What's up?
Yeah.
She's 17.
Turning 18 next week.
Yes, she is a senior in high school. She's on her way to college on a golf scholarship.
Bitch is smart.
She's smart. She's good at golf. She's well-rounded. She's a sweet girl, and she is in the building.
Gorgeous.
And so we have a very fun episode. We were like, what if our 17-year-old niece asks us questions about being parents? Or we were like, listen, come with some questions, and we'll see where it goes. So, niece Brooke, what up? Let's fire this thing off. What's going on? What do we do first?
All right, what's the first question?
First question? Okay. How did you adapt and change your lifestyles when it came to going from like dating or engaged to married and then married to having kids?
Very good question.
Damn.
We started that. And wait, did we ask were these ChatGPT questions or are these from the dome?
Google. But also I kind of changed the wording.
But you also had to pick which ones you wanted to ask. So this is like a human intelligence. Okay. I would say the biggest transition I personally think is actually going from dating to engaged to me, because that's when you've like made the commitment to be like, okay, we're dating. I like you. Yeah, I could see us having a future. But when you go and like actually ask that question and I was like, will you marry me?
Yeah.
Is when I felt the biggest shift. And then also there's, of course, a big shift once you get married. You're rocking the rings. You've had the big wedding and you've given your vows. And it should shift. I think when you get engaged and you get married, like there should be some kind of change. It shouldn't. Some people
feel like there should be a change through every single life
I think
process.
so. Like some people are real willy-nilly about it. They're like, whatever. We're just like, we got married. It's a piece of paper. And I'm like, I think you gotta like hold it in a little more high regard than that. Mm-hmm. Like you gotta take that shit seriously.
Of course you have to take it seriously. I think for me, this is gonna sound terrible, and I love you. I always plan on being with you forever. But I think the biggest transition for me mentally was like when we went from like married to having kids. Because I feel like then I'm like, now we're fucking in it.
Yeah, that's like a
now
blood
we're like
oath.
there ain't no going away from this one. Like we're in the thick of it. So for me, I feel like that was like almost that like mental biggest transition of like, okay, we're like not only are we married, but now like if we wanted to ever like not be together, it would be a way bigger thing. And like now I even feel this bigger like reason to like, not that I didn't before, obviously, but like this make that shit work.
I agree, because I think once you bring kids into the mix, it's like the stakes just got way higher.
Yes.
Like there's no more of this like, like boyfriend and girlfriend's like, oh, I'm not really feeling this, let's break up.
Yeah.
Or even like, oh, we're married and we don't have kids. Mm-hmm. But like, oh, maybe we have a house or a dog or whatever. It's
those
like,
are all things that are easy to separate.
But like kids, like, no, you got me for at least 18 years.
I mean, for me, but like we had always had conversations that like I'm like, because like, I came from divorced, you came from divorced. A lot of our friends and people we know come from divorced families, that we were like, that's not an option. We're not doing that shit. If we're doing this, we're doing this. So I feel like that's why we asked a lot of the right questions when we first started dating.
Yeah.
And we obviously dated,
We didn't date that long though. We dated for like a year and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
And but we were also like, we were 30 and 30 and 31 when we got engaged. Because you are older than me.
He loves to tell me this.
By like a whole year.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, great question, Brooke. I'm ready for the next one.
All right,
I
let's
think.
do it.
Did we answer that one sufficiently? Did you like that answer?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good.
She's like, no, worst answer
Whack.
ever.
What's the next question?
Next one. Do you still have time for yourselves and with each other without the kids, and how?
Good question.
Are you going to say good question after every question?
It was another good question. I'm trying to hype her up, build her confidence. She's young. She's a teenager, okay? She's going through some shit. They all are. No, great question. I think it's very hard to find time once you have kids for not just for yourself, but also for your relationship. Like, would you agree?
I think it's hard when you have 2 kids. I think after you have more than 1 kid, it becomes a lot harder to find time for yourself and together as a partnership.
There are definitely times where we go to bed and I look at her and I'm like, hey. Or we sit down to film this and I'm like, how have you been? I haven't spoken to you all day. Like, we've been together the entire day, but we haven't actually like just taken a second to like sit and be like, even like we're in the car with the kids in the back and we're sitting closer than we are right now, and we're hardly like looking or paying attention to each other or talking to each other.
See, I don't think that's true at all. I think like we talk all the time throughout the day. I feel like we talk in the car.
Ignore each other. I just mean like we don't get many opportunities throughout the day to really sit down and like check in and be like, how you doing? Because there's just like a lot of tasks and things that need to get done, whether it's dishes or laundry or meals or snacks.
I also
or
think
kids
like
or...
our daughter has been at home all day,
Mm-hmm.
which is not our usual routine, and that all changes, you know. So like, cause
that girl's going back to school,
and so I think that'll change in the next like couple of weeks, but yeah, I think we do find time for each other, and you know, I think the hardest part is finding time for yourself. Like for me to get time by myself for as in like a mom, as a woman, individual, like that's really hard. And I think like that's the biggest struggle more than us getting time together, because we parent together, we go to bed together.
Well, you got to prioritize it, and you definitely don't. And I'm sure a lot of moms don't. Maybe a lot of dads don't too. But I personally, like just recently in the last like 2 weeks, I wake up every morning at like 5:45 and I go to the gym. And it's not easy. I don't love it every day, but it's my time where I'm like, I get to go and do my thing, and I am in full control when I go to the gym. And we were talking about this the other day. I was like, I think it'd be great for you too, to just like in life, there's so many things that you cannot control. And going to the gym or like trying to like eat healthy or clean or however you want to word it, is one of those few things that you have full control over. And so that for me is like my time. But also, you know, sorry for, you know, you may not want to hear this, but it's also important for husband and wife to make time for each other together to, you know, practice making babies.
That part. All right, next question.
Skipped over that one.
How do you divide the load of like chores and household things and taking care of the kids, like between each other?
He does a lot.
I was like, I knew you were gonna give props.
Always. I think like we are a unique dynamic in the sense that like Bret does majority of the dishes, and usually the
like
laundry.
Put a number on it. Like what majority of the dishes do you think I do? Because
like,
I have a number in my
like
head.
98% of the dishes.
That's pretty accurate. That's like you made it sound like it was like 70-30. No.
Yeah, like 98% of the time Bret does the dishes.
Our entire relationship.
And I don't like them. And I don't like doing laundry. So he has been so great at like taking that. But then on the other side of it, I take almost everything else to the lines of like the things for the house, making sure we have toilet paper, paper towels, dishwashing soap, laundry detergent, the kids have socks, they have underwears, they have the
or
right
like
size
more like
diapers,
administrative stuff too, where it's like, oh, the kids are starting school, someone's got to fill out the paperwork, or we got to find a new pediatrician or whatever. Like that's definitely your responsibility. And I'm like a pack mule. I'm like, just tell me stuff needs to get done, like work needs to be done. Let me do the work. Someone's got to mow the lawn. Okay, I'll mow the lawn. Somebody needs to do the dishes. I'll do the dishes. I'll do the laundry. Like I can handle a workload. You're more like the mental aspect of it, which I know everyone's like that's the hardest part about being a parent.
That mental load,
but
man,
someone's got to do both, right? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we're a great team, to be honest with you. Some people and everyone does it differently, different strokes for different folks, but some people are like, oh, like dad makes the money and works, and so mom needs to do everything else. And I don't necessarily agree with that, but if it works for them, it works for them. I just feel like our household is like, if something needs to get done, one of us will do it. It doesn't matter. We don't have like assigned roles. You do this and you do this. Like, no, if something needs to get done, like somebody's got to do it. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's a male, female. I don't care what the task is. There's no task that's too feminine for me to do, and there's no task that's too masculine
I
for her.
would say that, but like every time I try to do something, you're like, get down from the ladder. What do you think you're doing? Don't you think you're...
I did come home the other day and she was up on like a 12-foot ladder trying to change the floodlight outside of the garage, and I was like, no, get down. But then like bees were flying around her and she was like ducking her. I'm like, no, get the fuck down. You're gonna fall off that ladder. But yeah.
So yeah, we don't really have a traditional
And I forgot to say, great question. I'm ready for the next one.
Okay. If there's ever a fight or argument, what's the best way to handle that?
Never go to bed mad.
Yeah, we did go to bed mad the other night.
Yeah,
we had a little disagreement, and you walked away from me.
Yeah, I was fucking pissed.
And that doesn't ever happen. And we wouldn't.
I never walk away ever. But I was at a point where I was like, honestly, like I have to walk away, or like I'm gonna lose my shit. And I wasn't in the mood to lose my shit.
And you know what was funny is, so I came down to the theater room, and I full disclosure, we were gonna watch the new season of Paradise on Hulu. Have you seen it? Very good show. Highly recommend it. So the second season came out recently, and we watched together the first 2 episodes, and the whole time she's like, this is boring, it's slow, which is her with most shows. It's so slow.
Okay, but Paradise
Get to the
is
point.
very good. It is not typically a slow show to watch.
They're giving us some background. Yeah. They introduced a couple new characters, so they're giving their backstories.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I'm like, asked her a couple more times, like, do you want to watch Paradise? And each time she's like, no, not tonight. Let's watch
whatever.
Love is Blind. And I'm like, okay. So eventually I'm like, I don't think she wants to watch Paradise. So I was like, we got into this little argument, and I came down to the theater room, like, fuck it, I'm watching Paradise, which I've never done. I've never like watched our show by myself, but I was like, nah, I'm watching it. And I binged like 4 episodes in a row, and I was like, this is so good. But then I'm like, I felt kind of deceitful, because then I'm like, I wanted to share and like talk to you about it, but I forgot that it's our show and that you hadn't seen it. And I was like, I'll just not say anything. And then I broke down the other day, and I was like, babe, I gotta tell you something. I've been watching Paradise without you.
Yeah, rude.
And so she's got like 5 episodes to catch up on. But I was gonna, long story short, I was gonna sleep down in the theater room.
I would have never
night.
I would have never let you fucking sleep. Are you fucking kidding me?
I know. Well, that's why I knew.
I would never.
I know you wouldn't.
Get the fuck out.
That's why I was like, I can't sleep down here. But so I stayed down here until probably like 12:30, and then I was like, all right, I if she wakes up and I'm not in bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning, she's gonna be like, what the fuck? And then the next morning would have been awful. So I was like, yeah.
I would have marched down or wherever, and I've been like, get your ass upstairs to bed.
But then the next morning we woke up and we're like, hey, we may have said some things, or I walked away and I shouldn't have done that. Just keep it real. Listen, it's hard. It's fucking hard. It's not easy to like always be like, oh, we're so good and everything's great. Like sometimes you're having an off day, or sometimes they say something that really pisses you off, and you're allowed to have feelings. And we say that about our kids too. Like, you're allowed to have feelings. You can't be mean about it. You can't be a dick, but like have feelings for sure. And like if you want some space, like take some fucking space.
Yeah, but I would say, to like kind of answer your question, I think that our biggest rules are, acknowledging where you're wrong, being okay to apologize. Don't go to bed angry. And, just know that it's a temporary situation. You'll always get through it. I guess if you want to.
How was that answer? Did you get a good answer? Feel good?
From
Are you
her, it
learning
was
anything
good.
about that? Are you learning? What'd she
From
say?
her, it was good.
You just told the whole story.
You did. You told a story about fucking Paradise TV show.
This is wasting your time. I'm so sorry. I thought I was giving a cool little anecdote. No,
I'm
barely.
kidding. Okay, so do you know each other's love language, and how do you incorporate that into daily life?
That was a very thoughtful question.
We
when we
kind of
first
do.
when we first started dating, I was very adamant about reading the love language and doing the test thing, and she was just like, "That's stupid." She must have had a bad experience with a love language situation. Full disclosure,
No.
she used to date a life coach, and funny enough, I did too. And so I think she was just jaded about the whole
First off, we never even
love
talked about
language
love
things.
language.
I know
with
we
him
didn't,
as
and I
a-
tried to.
No, I mean like my ex and we never
Oh.
talked about a love language thing. So this isn't.
But it was probably a thing that he taught in his little course.
Let's not go down that rabbit
Okay.
hole.
Well, anyway, I was adamant about like doing the whole love language thing, and I don't think we ever took the test.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
I feel like we did.
So to answer your question, we can play it. We don't have to like obviously do anything. But if I had to guess your number one love language, yours, gifts and acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
You like it when I mow the lawn.
Yeah, that was great.
You liked it. You told
You
me.
mowed the lawn and you changed the toilet.
I literally
fucking
the
day.
toilet in your bathroom that
You got
you're
a
staying
brand new
at.
toilet.
Literally
It's brand new.
We went to Lowe's and
I don't know
bought a
if
brand
anyone's
new
even
toilet.
shitting it yet. It's so new.
I'm about to.
Yeah, girl. We all shit.
Oh, that's tight. Yeah, no, let me know if it works. I've never installed a toilet
He's
before.
like, hopefully fucking clog. It doesn't clog.
Yeah, I've never installed a toilet before, and it was a pain in the fucking
All right,
ass.
let's not derail. But anyways,
but
he
that was her.
changed the
That was
lawn
her. But she last night she was
mowed
like,
the
"Hey,"
lawn.
she was like, "Damn, you swapped out the toilet and you mowed the lawn and you did the dishes and you did the laundry." She's like, "Chore play."
I did say chore play. And we did have sex. It's like
It works. I'm
I was
telling
like,
you.
babe, you did great today.
I'm telling you, if you're looking to get your wife in the mood, just swap the toilet out, do the dishes, do the laundry, and mow the fucking lawn. It's not that hard.
Oh, that's really funny.
But yeah, what would you say my love language is?
Physical touch
Physical
for
touch.
fucking sure. Are you kidding me?
I love words of affirmation.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
when-
say words of affirmation.
Yeah, I like when you hype me up.
Yeah, I'm always here to hype you up.
Like yesterday when you were like, "Babe,
Those lyrics.
your wordplay on that song that you just dropped,
Fire.
dope,
Yeah.
dope." That song got over almost 100,000 views in one day.
Great job.
That used to
babe.
be child's play. Now that's like pulling teeth to get that, but I got it.
Great job, babe.
Thanks, baby.
Okay.
What's the most important core value you're teaching your kids as they grow up?
Oh shit! I gotta pick one.
I think the an easy answer, but it is true for me, is just the gold standard, just to treat people the way that you want to be treated, and just to lead with like love and kindness and empathy. Like I think it'd be the greatest compliment when our kids are like, let's say teenagers, like your age, if their friends, parents came to us and are like, your kids are so like kind and respectful and like well spoken and just like, you know what I mean? Like I imagine your friends' parents probably say that about you, right? Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if our kids could have that same kind of like demeanor and attitude, I'd be thrilled.
I think for me, I think obviously that's what he said, but I think I really want to focus a lot on levels of appreciation and confidence. I feel that confidence is a really, really, really important quality to have as a person because it ends up not giving in to peer pressure. You're okay being different. I think it takes you really far in life if you're confident. To an extent, we're all flawed in some ways, but and also a lot of appreciation for the small things in life, like a sunset, a bird flying around you, like little things like that. I really want my children to like know that this world is so beautiful and precious, and that we need to appreciate the smaller things in life than the bigger things that we can go after.
Mm-hmm. And one of the other big ones that we talked to our daughter about, and we haven't, our son's only 15 months in a couple of days. Yeah. But we always tell her when it comes to like bullies or kids that are mean, because it's gonna happen. I mean, I'm sure you're in high school. You're new, or not new, but you're fresh to all of that, just like crap that goes on in school. We tell our daughter almost every single day, like if somebody's mean to you at school, or somebody says, oh, you can't do this, or they push you, or they say you're ugly, or I don't like this, we always say, what do you say back to them? And she says, are you trying to hurt my feelings? And so we push that one pretty regularly, where we're like, if somebody's being mean to you and it feels like they're trying to hurt your feelings, just turn it, just hit that freaking what's that card in Uno? Yeah, hit that reverse on them and be like, are you trying to hurt my feelings? And then make them, like, in their own words, be like, yeah. And they're like, all right, cool, not working. And just like that kind of is like also confidence, right? Yeah. Where it's just like, just call them out and be like, I'm sorry. It feels like you're trying to hurt my feelings right now and it's not working. Yeah. And I don't want my kids to ever fall victim to like bullying and just like kids being mean to them, and let that shit get to them. Of course it is, but
every person, every kid, it doesn't matter who you are, how pretty you are, you're always going to get some shit from someone, and the important thing is that you know that that's their shit, that ain't your shit. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like I always tell our daughter, like, if someone says something to you and then you ask the question, like, are you trying to hurt my feelings? You can also just say, it's good that you've got an opinion. I've got one too. That's okay. We don't have to like the same thing. And I always remind her, not everyone's going to like you. And that's perfectly fine, because you don't like everybody. So you got to be okay with that.
Next one?
Let's
do it.
Okay. What's the biggest fear and/or challenge you face as a parent?
This world that we live in is my biggest fear. I mean, like literally right now, looking at all the shit that's going on this Epstein files and shit, and just realizing how evil and how many monsters live amongst us and we don't even realize it. People that look harmless, that do awful things to kids, and it's just and women and anybody for that matter. That's my biggest fear, is just somebody trying to hurt my kids. And I swear to I see videos sometimes, I'm just like, I literally saw a video the other day of a little baby getting baptized at the Catholic Church, and the baby was crying so hard this old priest smacked the baby in the face, and the dad like balled up and like got in his face. I'm like, oh, I would have dropped him right then and there. I don't give a shit if we're in the church. Like, you don't fucking hit my kid. And I'm just like, but that like feeling, you don't know it yet, and maybe one day if you have kids you'll feel it. It's like this weird like visceral reaction where you're just like, oh, if somebody like hurt my kid, I'd go to jail. I don't know, I don't want to, but like I'll fuck somebody up if they touch my kid. So that's my big fear too, is that somebody puts me in a position where I have to do that. Yeah.
I think for me, my biggest fear for my kids is that they don't know their worth, that they don't know their capabilities in life, of like, because I really feel that if you really put yourself and like your mind into things, and you like know what you're capable of and believe in yourself, and I guess that goes back to that confidence, but like I feel like you almost can get out of those situations. You can tell those situations. You cannot put yourself with people that could put you in bad situations. Not all the time, and it doesn't mean that if you've been in that situation, you've been around bad like you're a bad person, or you're not smart, or you're not confident. It just means that like you've got different set of eyeballs on, like you put different glasses on and understand your area. So I feel like knowing their self-worth and knowing that they're capable of anything is really important to me, because I feel like I don't ever want my kids to feel like they're not good enough to do something. They don't think that that's deserving for them or any of that, because I feel like that's the stuff that takes you down a really deep mental health hole. And I don't want my kids to go down that mental health hole. I'm really terrified of mean girls because girls are very mean at every single age. It does not matter. And I don't ever want my daughter to feel like someone else is in control of how she should feel. She's in control of that. And our son. But anyways,
it's also a little terrifying, like on that same note of like your kid just not, like you said, not realizing their potential or just like playing it safe and being afraid to like do something, like go to school, go try out for that team, or tell the girl or the boy that they like them or whatever. It's like just playing it safe is just like, you're like, oh man, you're not really living. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna experience rejection. You're gonna experience people telling you you're not good enough, or you're not gonna make it, whatever. And it's like that's part of the beauty, and that's part of your story, is like when when you're struggling or you're not getting what you want, it's like how you handle it, And so I just hope that when they get faced with rejection and things like that they can look that in the eye and be like, I can do this. As our daughter would say, get back up again. She fucking loves that song from Trolls. You know that song?
Yeah. I do.
You know it? She loves it. Yeah.
You got any more questions? Is that it?
We got time for one more.
One more?
Yep.
Okay. What do you miss most about life without kids?
That is actually a really good question. I know you're talking shit about me saying that every time, but I like that question. Because we constantly do talk about, like, when we have friends that don't have kids or we see young people, we're like, what
the fuck did we do with our time?
We're like, you don't have kids. Like, what do you do between the hours of like 4 p.m. and like bedtime? Like, what the fuck do you do?
We were driving home from dinner tonight, and I felt so terrible in my brain. I was like, get these fucking kids to bed. I can't do it anymore. I am tapped out as a parent today. I'm done. I'm tapped. And like, I feel so much guilt saying that, but like, I feel like I just sometimes miss being able to do what I want to do for hours. Not like I have a fucking time crunch. Not I feel bad that he's been with the kids all day. Not, okay, he's about to wake up from a nap. Like being able to like fucking lollygag and do whatever the fuck I want when I want to fucking do it. If I want to go get my nails done, I have time to do my nails and my pedicure. Yo, my toes. Have you seen my toes? My toes? I haven't gotten a pedicure since December. Why? Because when I go get my nails done, the lady that I love going to, she doesn't do nails and toes at the same time. So I have to get my nails done first and then my toes, but then I'm gone for 3 hours. And like, I can't do that.
I mean, technically, I guess you can.
I could. No,
but like
right.
that's
could,
like.
But it's this level of like guilt that we start to feel when we're
that's
away
like me
for too long.
When someone invites me to play golf, and I'm like, we playing 9 holes or 18 holes? And they're like 18. I'm like, that's like 4 hours. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and some guys have absolutely no problem doing it, and their wives maybe don't care. Some wives are probably like, is he going to play golf?
No, there's
again?
a lot of fights with wives and men with golf.
Yeah, golf is a very, very divisive topic. I think what I miss the most, I agree with that, being able, it's a great answer. Just being able to fucking lollygag is a great answer. I miss sleeping in.
What?
I
never slept in. I mean, like, all the years we were together, you never slept in.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to sleep until like 11 a.m., but I just mean like just waking up whenever the fuck I want. Like when we
and not having to get up out of the bed immediately.
When we go on vacation, like we're like, oh, we're gonna sleep, and we rarely ever go on vacation, but when we do, we're like, oh, we're gonna sleep in, and then we're still waking up at the ass crack of fucking dawn because our bodies are just like so conditioned. Yeah, it's like why are we up at 6:30? Like we're on vacation and the kids aren't even with us.
Yeah.
And so like I would say that, and then like like you said, just or just being able to be spontaneous and being like, let's go out to dinner tonight, or like let's. I don't know, just do fucking anything. Or like call up a friend and be like, do you want to go do this or whatever? And like not have to be like, I get a sitter. Or like, is it cool with you if I go? Well, shit, I went last week, so maybe you should go. And because we're trying to always be like very respectful of each other. And so we're constantly like, okay, well, you went out with your friends last week. So like if I went out with my friend, is that cool? Like we're not that we're like keeping score by any means, but we all always are kind of like making sure that it's not imbalanced. It was like how like
the other night I spontaneously went out with a girlfriend and I came home super, super late, and then in the morning you let me sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to fucking chill. Honestly, to lay on a fucking floaty in a pool.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
Sounds like
Did that go black?
Yeah.
Can you hit the shutter button, like the camera button, like if you were on the right side, if you were to like take a picture in front, more in front. One more, yeah.
Keep going.
Right there, hit that. Do you see us now?
Yeah.
And then can you hit the red button, like a record button?
Girl, where?
Near like the eye hole where you put the eye in, on the right
like
side.
a red
I
circle.
see it. Okay.
Yeah, hit that. Sweet. One more clap. Okay. Let's wrap this up.
Wrap it, babe.
All right. Yeah. Wrap it up. I always wrap at the end of it. No, I'm kidding. Let's wrap it up. That was fun. This is the first time.
Brooke, thank you.
You were like a kind of our first guest. I know that people didn't see, but they heard. I love being around our nieces and nephews because we have so many of them, and they're all so like much younger than us, and it's so cool to like watch you guys. Like go through these big transitions. Like you talk about us like going from dating to having kids to being married and all that stuff. Like it's also a really fun time for you to go from like being in high school to going off to college and getting to be independent and do your own thing. Like this is a really fun time for you too. And we get to kind of relive some of those memories and sort of be like, oh yeah, I remember those days. And
so fun.
it's cool. And I love that. I know that we had asked you to come on and like prepare some questions, but it is for me, I like that you as a young person are still like, oh, I'm curious, like what it's like, you guys being married or what it's like being a parent or whatever. And I think it's cool to even start thinking about it and be like, what? I wonder if that's something. About it. I know, I'm just saying, but I mean, I think every young person, whether you want a family or don't or whatever, I think it's important to at least be like, is it something I want? Is that something I want to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, if you fucked with us,
ramble?
Do it. Fuck. Okay, I guess I'm rambling. All right. Well, if you liked it, hit subscribe, like that shit. I'm gonna mute my mic now. Sorry for talking too much.
We love you.
I just feel like I'm kind of the host of the show.
Great.
All right. In how we always wrap it up. We raise it up. What were you gonna say?
No, I was not going to say anything other than like, subscribe. If you see us in the streets, say hey. Raise it up.